Hello, good evening, and we're back again, and we're finally ready after a very hot day in the UK to mill out the base onto the actual plastic. Did a stream yesterday, I think, or the day before, where we milled out some test holes. Had to alter the bit size slightly. Okay, so if you're new to this stream or this project, what we've got is a play on a design of a pick and place carousel, manual pick and place carousel for storing and using surface mount components or surface mount devices. Round the tray here, you've got, in the various trays, you can store your 603, 0802, whatever it is you want to store, resistors, capacitors, LEDs, connectors, you name it. Now, don't know if it's going to be okay in physical use. I've allowed for 3 tiers. These are modular, so you can stack them as high as you want or as low as you want. There's 3 different designs: the base, the middle tier, and the top part. This top part is, I've got enough plastic to make a couple of top parts or top covers. I thought about losing these 3mm bays or bins. It depends on, obviously you've got to rest your hand somewhere, and if you're constantly holding your hands up in the air, it might be a problem. Depends on the complexity of the design. My designs, they're not that complicated. They don't have that many different surface mount components. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is this is optional. You can just have the bottom and 1 tier and the top cover, and you can forego these extra 2 if you want to. It's a dual roll device with a mat. Put your circuit board on top, like so. It'll be a blank board, and you can stick your components on, like I've put a few components there. So you're going to, in your carousel, you're going to store these bits like connectors, resistors, poly, fuses, opto isolators, resistors, LEDs, all that kind of small stuff. Stuff that you could get lost quite easily or mixed up. So, and what you do with this, you turn with these handles here. You move it either way. It's got 4 access points. So potentially, if you wanted to do a potentially you could have a small table. It sounds crazy, I know. A small table with a person either side of the table, a square table, and each person can sit opposite the access here, and you could all populate the same circuit board, different parts, if you want to, or you could have one either side of the table, or you could just do it all on your own. But the opportunity is there. This is one of many designs. So anyway, I've just set up the CNC. I'll tell you what, I'll just select that layer there, and what we'll do is we'll just rotate it in case you didn't see any others. So I'm going to rotate that layer, so it's you rotate it, and it's got a ball bearing and a spring positioned exactly where the next one is, and it'll snap into place. You snap it into place. Okay. So once you've snapped it into place, in there is the bin milled out of the plastic, and it reveals a 10 mil deep by what we got here, 18 mil that end, and 26 mil that end. So that area you can get quite a few resistors, capacitors, LEDs, more than, you know, you could probably dump the whole reel, you know. I don't know if you get 5,000 in there. Anyway, I wouldn't dump the whole reel, you know, I'll just dump a few, enough to last for a few weeks, you know. So we've got various board houses now, JLC, PCB, PCBWay, loads of other ones. It's very easy to get a circuit board made these days. Well, it is at the minute. How long that'll go on for, I don't know, with present climate, but anyway. So there comes a point where you need somewhere to store your items quickly without having to get all your reels out every time and sort out a few just for one-offs. You don't want too many of these components out at any one time. They're only tiny. If you sneeze, they'll blow around, mix up, or you'll just lose them. So it's a bit of an organiser stroke building machine. You can build it on there. Now, it's based off Unexpected Maker's 3D printed version of it. Well, I say it's based off, that's where the idea came from, and I need one. I asked the question, where can I buy one? I wanted to buy one, but the design files are available. I didn't see them, but they're available somewhere, and you've got to make your own basically. But I've got a CNC, and thought I'd got a different angle on it and make a CNC version with a few more possibilities of more tiers in case you want to store more things. But the idea is you get your tweezers, you put your circuit board on, and you turn this, and you just get your tweezers and you pick out your part, you place it, and then you spin the reel. You know, you can spin it reel or move it around, pick out another part, and so on and so forth. But it gives you, the way I've done it, it gives you, I've already told you this, it gives you, there's 5 there, 5 there, 5 there, so that's 20. Each tier has got 20 bins. And you got another, so there's 80 bins at 10 mil, and then you got these top temporary, so I call it temporary parking, where you can pick out your items out of the big bins, or the 10 mil bins, place them onto these 3 mil bins, temporary if you want to do it that way. I mean, you could pick out enough to do, say if you're doing a batch of 10, you could pick out enough items from each one to do 10. You could place them where, you know, in a certain order. This colour is following the resistor colour code, so if you did it in steps, you could say, right, step 0, I start off with such a value. Step 1, I start do another value, and you just go around. This is your anti-clockwise direction, or it's actually clockwise, isn't it, if you look from above? But you know what I mean. Anyway, this is completely all you'll end up with is a clear polycarbonate. I could laser print some different coloured card and stick it in. It's just to illustrate the different bays, really. That's what the main thing is here. So yeah, it does give the ability when you move this, it does reveal other bays, not from above but from the side. Whether that will be taken advantage of or not, I don't know until we come to the real one and see if we need to do it. It's not so easy down there, but say if I hang on. Say if I undid the rotation. Oh, hang on. Let's get rid of that. I don't want this time to take up all this time. So if we move that, if I just move it back one, for instance, and let's move that one. Forward one, forward two, yeah. Right, so you can see what you can get to now with your tweezers. This is on your desk, so you could get into there, and you can get into there, and get into there. So just from a couple of moves, gives you access to different bins. Don't know whether that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. A lot depends on what you're doing. So because it's got symmetry, you can get the same bins, the same position bins available around. So you could generate a pattern anyway. It could even be a game. This could be a game. It could be some kind of cryptic game anyway. Right, so let's put that back as it was. Hang on, I've gone right round too far. Let's get this back to where it was. And today we're gonna build the first base, hopefully. Don't know how long it's going to take, but we'll give it a go. It's been very hot in the UK today. I think I've got a bit of sunstroke and sunburn on my head, so if I start making any sense, you'll know why. Right then, so up on the view on the window next to my face, that way, you've got the CNC machine. It's a Chinese 6040. I had it for a while. It's in a bit of a mess, really. Now I've got a bit in from yesterday. I've got a GoPro camera on it. The picture's not brilliant, and there's a bit of a lag. So watch this. My hand's in front. That's the lag. See the lag? Can't get rid of that at the minute, so I can either get another camera. I've got another rig upstairs in my electronics lab, but I don't want to start undoing all cameras, so I'll just set this one up for now. Right, there's a bit of scrap plastic on there. Managed to get the bearing to sit in the last bit of plastic I did. I can't remember who it was now. Was it over there? Yeah. So I've got the bearings. This is the crucial bit, is these bearings. You can't see it. These little bearings, they're 12mm wide. The outer diameter is 12mm, the inner is 4mm, and they're 4mm thick. So the top layer of my plastic is 5mm, but the top layer isn't having a bearing. So all the rest of the I'm pointing to stuff you can't see. That top one is 5mm and the rest are 12mm. So the rest can take a bearing or two bearings. Anyway, I've explained all that before. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is mill out. Got to alter the G code slightly. So let's just get back over to. Just got to alter the G code on just the bearing section. So let's just get back to, hang on. The models also contains the flattened model ready for creating a G code. I've got them in steps 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that is the first step actually. Now do I want to go ahead and cut it out? Not really. Yeah. Oh no, sorry, I wasn't cutting it out there, was I? Yeah, because as soon as I cut it out, I've lost the clamp. I've got to clamp the plastic down. So the first thing I'll do is create the 4mm hole in the middle. Now, a bit of a problem with that 4mm hole. That's probably alright there. Probably be fine as it is. So I'll leave that as it is. If it's wrong, I can always go through it with a drill bit and open it up. But I think it's right as it is. I can either do that because I have changed since I created all this. I have changed the size of the bit down here. 3.90 the bit. That's. It says 4mm on the end mill, the 4 fluted end mill. I think that's what they call them. But in reality, to make this cut big enough to drop that bearing in, to make the bit diameter 3.9. So, just to give it a bit of overcut. So we did that last time, so we're on 12mm here, that's okay. Now I could just go through, I'll tell you what we'll do. Why not? Well, let's do it. Let's, right. I've got to just delete that. Here we go, it's just a slow process, sorry. Now, click on the rubber, delete that. I'm gonna, not that bit, that bit. No, that's the wrong one. Hang on. That's it. Delete that. And now we've got the new bit. I'm going to place over a plunge over top of that. So I'm going to plunge it. That's it. Now that'll plunge, straight down plunge, in steps of 1.2mm. Down through the plastic, now 16mm thick. Okay, 16mm thick. Right, we're getting very thirsty now. Excuse me. Got some ice water. It's been too hot today. I got a bit of cider in the fridge, but that's no good drinking that in this heat. Okay. So I've got that in there. It's going to mill out these as well. Now these are 6mm, so I probably need to erase them as well, to tell you the truth. Let's just do them as well. I'm having to go over it slightly, so I've done the middle bit. Now I said it was 12mm, but I need to go past the 12mm into the material. So I'm going to have to pretend this is 16mm. Should I say 16? Let's not say 16. Let's say 3mm depth. So let's say it's 15mm thick. 15mm thick, that's it. It's not, it's only 12mm, but I need to go through the plastic into the spoil board, and I'm going to use these holes as alignment. So I'm going to need to flip it. Once I've milled this out, and not that point, but later I'll need to flip it, and these are exactly the right distance apart, supposed to be. So let me do an inside cut with the new size. That's 1, 2, 3. The first thing we need to do, the first thing I need to do is mill out these 6mm holes all the way through material, 3mm into the spoil board. This I don't need to do now, but I'm going to get it out of the way. It's a 4mm hole straight the way through. Okay, and that doesn't matter if it goes 3mm into spoil board, doesn't matter. So let's do that. Let's just do that. That's the first stage. Right, okay, let's get the safe area over top of it. Okay, that's snapped to the safe area. So I'm going to save that. I've got to go through each one because I created created some of this G code with the bit drill the bit set to the right size, but turned out to be it needs to be slightly under. Okay, so let's generate the G code. I've already got these numbered ready to go, so this is going to be bass and tiers upper registry. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one, isn't it? Hang on. Yeah. So save that. Okay. I'm back to square one again, where I need to keep swapping the memory stick. Right, it's created the file. Hello, still there, yeah. Alright. So it's created the file. Let me just bring up that. That's okay. Right, I'm going to transfer that file over to the memory stick. I can do the next one while the one's milling. Well, it won't take 2 seconds to mill the one out, so maybe I shall do the two. Tell you what, I'll do the two in one go. Why not? Because this one is only a couple of holes. It's not going to take long at all. Right, hang on. Where's my? I've got to find out where I am. Mine's working at slow speed today. So that's the one there. Copy. I'll leave that there for a bit. Let's do the next one. Get it ready. Right, this is the next one in the list for the bass. Now, yeah, this is where I need to delete these holes and redo them. Now some of these don't go all the way through. Well, no, none of them do, apart from the outside bit. Now this is the bit, yeah, I'm gonna struggle a bit. I've got to be so careful, because I'll end up milling too much if I make a mistake. Might be better to split, if you're doing one yourself, split it up into stages. So I've got 2 or 3 things going on here. Got the pockets to mill out, different size pockets. Well, there's 3 different size pockets there. Let's go with it though. Right. These are going to be okay as they are. I'm not bothered if they actually if they're a bit tight. Yeah, I suppose you could want them as. Let's go for it. Let's just go for it. Right. So I'm going to select all this. I've got to just rub out the G code side of it. Right. Which means I've got to take that out of there. I've got to take that out of there. Now, is that the one? No, that's the one. And that's the one. This is a bit more complicated because I've got to delete these. Alright, that's okay. It's just going to take a little while. Sorry. Let's talk about something else. So, anyway, I've picked up a bit more wood for my 3D intercom project, which when I've had to put on hold while I'm building this actually, because I need this at some point, so I thought let's get it out of the way. So I've put on hold my ESP32 audio video intercom project. That's getting a few views. I'll get even more when I start integrating the software on the firmware on it, hopefully. Right, so I'm going through. I'm just deleting this. These are the tool paths that the flat script creates when you. I'll show you in a minute when I start putting them back in again. It does it all for you. It's just it doesn't get rid of it for you. That's any trouble. Puts it in for you in one piece, but getting rid of it is slightly tricky if you've got lots going on. Right, have we finished? Yeah, we've finished. Right, so that's your blank, and we're going to save that there. Welcome to the live stream, anyone. You've got Dave from UPass. working on his DIY pick and place, manual pick and place carousel. Okay, based on a project I saw from Unexpected Maker when he 3D printed one. A lot different design, but same kind of idea, yeah. Right. So I've cleared it off, and now I've got to just go through these settings again here. Let's come down a bit. Right. Yeah, I've got to go through these settings here. So what I'm going to do now is put on my pockets. So my bin pockets are 83.4%. Okay, and they're 12mm deep. Now I'm going to have to change the material now to the actual size of the material, which is 12mm, not 15. 12mm. Okay. So that's going to be my 12mm. I've already done this one. This will be called a different file. So what I need to do now is, let's tell you what. Let's get rid of the spring and ball bearing. Let's get rid of those first. Now I need to go down 75%. That'll give me roughly 9mm. So I'm going to plunge here. This is for my spring to drop into and a ball bearing. If you haven't watched any others, this doesn't go all the way through the material. Goes 9mm through, so there'll be 3mm at the bottom of material left, and I'll be able to put my spring in. To tell you the truth, it probably doesn't need to go down 9mm. I thought I'd give it 9mm. It probably doesn't need to go down 9mm. Probably only needs to go down a few mil, about 5 or 6mm. We'll keep it at 9mm for now. So they're done. The next one is a swivel bearing in the centre. This is the one we messed around with in the test plastic behind me. So we got it right. So this one needs to be, it'll be a pocket, but it'll be swivel bearing centre 35.4 to 35.42%, and I'll click that there, and that's that one done. The next is the pockets. Let's quickly save this. Now the bin pockets. I could take this opportunity now to make them 11mm, but I'll stick to the design. Right, so I'm going to stick to the design. So these bin pockets need to be 83.4%. 12mm minus 83.4% gives me 10.008. Thereabouts, so that's close enough. I have to do percentage of thickness on this to this software. I'd rather just do it by the mil, but for some reason they've gone this way. There must be a reason they've gone this route with it. Okay, right, so get back on the pocket, and we want 83.4%. 83.4%. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to click that one. All these now are all the same. You can't see some of these behind there. You can see them now. I'm just clicking the section, and it's creating the tool path for me. Okay, that's done. That is done. Now I think I need to cut out the final thing as well. Do I want to cut it out there? Yeah, I better add. Right, let's do an outside cut. There. Okay, so we're all back to as we were. Save that. We don't need to mill out these because we've already done them. We've already done these on the one in front, stage 1. We did the holes in the corner. So that's everything we need there. So let's just bring down the safe area over there. Okay, and save it. And we want to export it. Yeah, so we're going to do that bit first. Now, do I need to turn it over? Shall I do the next one? That's the base finish then, isn't it, once I've flipped it over? Tell you what, we'll do that stage and we'll flip it over after. Right, that's the material clamped down. 1 and 2 is just clamped down with the normal clamp or vacuum table. If you've got one, I haven't got a vacuum table. And this piece is underneath of that, so it has to be flipped, so we'll leave that off for a minute. Right, now I've created the G code, did I? Can't remember. Let's pretend. No, we didn't create the G code. So this will be step 2, which is down. Where is step 2? Don't see step 2 on here. There it is. Upper base. Yeah, so that's upper base. Right, okay, so we're going to save on the top of that. Okay, so now we're going to go down to the... Oh, it hasn't finished creating it yet. Have a sip while I'm waiting. I had a look at the YouTube analytics, and we've got some view on this project in Indonesia. So I don't know whether that's Australia or what. Anyway, some in America, some in the UK. Right. Okay, so we've got that. Let's just copy the files over. Now it's that one there. Oops, that one there, and we want number 2. Where you gone? Number 2. Can't see number 2 now. Why not? Can't see it for looking. There it is. Yes, they both got the 1st to the 8th. Okay, so I'm going to copy them over to the memory stick and overwrite the ones that are on there. Okay, we're getting closer. Before I go much further with that, let's quickly go over to the online viewer, load in them 2 bits of code. Let's just see if it's even close to what we're expecting. That's the one there. Alright, so we'll have a look at that. Okay, so let's run it. So that's the tools will pick up, go up to the top, and then it's going to mill out the 4 mil hole, then it's going to mill out the 6 mil holes. It's going to go down 12 mil and keep going another 3 mil into the spoil board. And, well, it'll carry on. It looks about right, doesn't it? Yeah, it looks right. So we'll leave that one. Let's open up the next one. Number 2, where are you going again? It's right at the top. Okay. Let's load up this one. And you can see there's a lot more going on this one. Oops. Right, so this one is a lot more going on. So it mills the bearing pocket for the top, all the bins, and then when it's finished it'll go around and cut the outside up. Let's just see if it is going to do something like. Alright, yeah, so it's milling the 2 spring holes, and it's starting on the pocket. It should do all the pockets first, and the outside cut is the last thing it'll do. Now I've got no tabs on this piece, so I've got to be careful. Actually, I might put the pegs in when it's got to finish the pockets, and it's going to do the outside cut. I'll let it cut halfway, then I might have to pause it, put some pegs in the holes that it's already drilled out, right through to the spoil board, stop it moving, because as it cuts the last final little piece it'll try and shift, and this is normally where my stuff goes wrong. It shifts and then the bit just mills into somewhere it shouldn't be. Yeah. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, so we'll stop that there. Right, so we're done with that for a minute. Let's go over here. Or do you want to have a look at what we're going to be doing? We're milling this bit. Yeah. Right, this is the bit where we'll be milling this bit here. So we're going to do these spring bearing, spring and bearing holes, semi-holes, whatever they call it. That top bearing and all the bins, and then cut it out. But that's the second one. The first one it's going to do is, well, it's not in the right one. The first one it's going to do that. Let's just do it. Tell you what, let's just do it. Let's do it. Let's just get that up in the picture. Let's get rid of some of the stuff so we know what we're milling. So we're not doing the cover, we're not doing the mat, none of the tiers, and we're doing the base. Right, so we're doing the base. There's the two holes for the spring and the ball bearing, and that's what we're milling today. Hang on, is that even part of it? Yeah. Yeah. So we're milling that. There's two bearings clamped together, holding, and we're doing the top bit today. Well, now, and the pockets. So we should have this, something resembling this, should fall out of the off the CNC table in a while. Okay, so right, I'm going to take out the memory stick, transfer it over to an XP computer. Alright, let's wake it back up again. Let's just going to move it to sound position, find out where it is. Okay, right, so what we're going to do now, I'm just going to move it out of the way a bit again, get it out of the way while that'll do. Okay, I'm going to hold it there. Now what I've got to do now is get the Allen key and take out the scrap piece. Just undo the scrap piece. The other stuff's 12mm thick, so I might have to mess around with the clamps here. Might have to mess around with the clamps. Let me get this scrap piece of board out. Scrap piece of test polycarbonate out of the way. So you'll have to bear with me for a second or two. So we need to unclamp that now. Right. The scrap plastic is out. Okay. Let's get rid of that a minute. Get rid of this temporary plastic. I'm going to turn the vacuum on now, so just got to hoover up the bits of off the table bed. Okay, back, slightly back. Right, we get the bit of plastic. First bit of plastic. like I said, this was here it is. Piece of plastic. I don't even know if it's clear. It might be. It's probably not clear. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's not clear, I don't think. Almost. It's good enough. This is 600 mil long by about 250 wide. So what I'll do, I don't really want the plastic on it, really. The plastic will probably get around the bit and foul it up. So I'll tell you what I'll do, I'm going to peel it off. I haven't peeled this off yet. So it's just a bit of scrap stuff I picked up cheap. Very cheap. Let's just take it off. I'm just taking the plastic off. I don't want it to foul up on the milling bit. So we'll just take it off. Yeah. Take it off. You can see it's sort of semi-transparent. You can't see it. See, semi-transparent. Don't know what it's used for. No idea. There's no markings on it. It could be acrylic. It might not be polycarbonate, but it mills well. Actually, I've never tried milling it. I was milling some scrap plastic. Probably nothing like it. But anyway, let's just get it all off. Ready. There we go. There's the piece. What's it look like when I'm through it? Yeah. Don't know what it is. Nice bit of whatever it is, yeah. Okay. Put that on the table. It fits on my 6040 CNC quite well, that does. Alright, it'll only my one will only mill about 585 to about 390, 380 something. So, but today we're only milling 250 by 250 in one section. Right, here we go. Let's I've got to clamp this on there now. Now, I don't think these are going to be able to clamp it, to tell the truth. And yeah, going to be a bit awkward, that is. 600, so yeah, I've got a bit of gap either side. I can either clamp it either end. I'll probably have to clamp it either end actually. Yeah, I'll give it a go. So if I put my clamp in there, you can't see what I'm doing. I can just about get that. Yeah, I can just about get that. Right. Oops. All my power supplies are going on the floor. Slowly. The weight of all these plugs hanging off. Right. Yeah, it's a terrible... It's a terrible thing. Yeah. Need a workshop, really. So I've got 43 minutes and we haven't done anything yet. Anyway, right, let's get this other one out. Oh, that's come out of there. Why does that one go on? Yeah, I might need some different size stuff here. Should I put one in? That's not really matching out. Why is that? It's getting the right stuff to fit it. That one fits. So why does that one fit? So I'm just trying to sort my clamps out that I could do with a vacuum table. Well, that would be a noisy thing, wouldn't it? Okay, so that's okay. That's weird. Anyway. It's very hot as well. Very hot today. Okay, so I probably won't be able to tighten these up too tight. Yeah. Oh dear. I mean, I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't have to tighten them too tight, because I'm not going in deep with it. I'm only going 1.2 mil, so I've just got to hold it still, really. So, anyway, let's get this stuff done. Doesn't actually reach there, so I have to come out of there, put that into the back, and then that's a bit of a problem. It doesn't reach over my spoil board. That's a fail, isn't it? That's a bit of a fail. Yeah, I've got a bit of a fail going on here, because my material's smaller than my spoil board. How am I going to clamp that down? The spoil board is too long compared to the material. My clamps won't reach over it. There always has to be something, doesn't there? There always has to be something. Yeah. What else can I do? I quite like it there, so is there any way I can do it? Hang on, might be able to space it out a bit. No, I can't space that out, can I? Let's just got it there. No, it's not going to work, is it? It's not going to work. So, Plan B. What's Plan B? I don't really know what Plan B is. All it's got to do is mill out 4 holes, but I've got to hold it still in the meantime. Plan B. I tell you what. Plan B will be cut the timber down. I don't have facilities to cut timber down at the minute. Not readily available. Not in a live stream. Anyway, right. So what do I do? Let's have a think. I could hold the one side. This is not going to work, is it? If I've got to hold it like that. Okay. Plastic. Oh, what about if I mill out this over top of the old plastic instead of that? Would that work? That'd make a noise though, wouldn't it? So close and so far. So close and yet so far. Another drink. Yeah, not really set up. Not set up at all, really. Tell you what I could do, I could clamp over it, but then, yeah, it's going to be a problem. The board is too long. Have I got any other board? Let's think. Clamps are not long enough. Right, I'll have to just tell you what I have to do. I have to clamp it from the side. So I'll go back to Plan Z. Plan Z, clamp it from the side. Just clamp it from the side and try and hold it down. God, that's terrible. Right, okay. Let's go with that premise. So I've only got it. I can sort that out another time. So wind these down. Let's get that there. Get that one there. Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. Everything I do is a nightmare. Anyway. Right, so let's get that to there. So we're going to clamp one side of it and I'll have to press down on the other side. Well, it's going to move, and if it moves then my piece of material is done for. Right, so that's going to go there. I'm going to tighten that up on there. Actually, I can get 3 sides, couldn't I, if I was clever? Yeah. If I'm a bit clever, I can get 3 sides here. 3 sides is better than 2 sides. Right, let's slide that down there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm going to get 3 sides. Whoops. Blooming hell, they're letting anyone on YouTube these days. They'll probably ban me after this. Right, let's get that on there. I wonder why that one's shorter. Why is that shorter bit than the other bit? It's like these are different sizes. Weird. Yeah, I've got different size threads here. Yeah, isn't that? Yeah, nightmare. Nightmare scenario, right, okay. Alright, let's get that up there. That's it. Okay. Oh dear. Just want to add an extra clamp capability to it. Right, so I've got something like, and I've got to make sure that we're lined up as well, because I haven't got much play on this. I need to be lined up with something or other. Right. That's lined up with that. Oh dear me, struggle, struggle. Torture, torture, torture. Torture, torture. It'd be better to buy one, wouldn't it? But I couldn't buy one. Where can you buy one? You can't buy one. You can't buy something sometimes. Right, here we go. Get it lined up. Come on. So lined up with all that down there. Is that about right? Sort of. Okay, that's pretty lined up. Torture, torture, torture. Torture, torture. Torture, torture, torture. Anyway, he's got it in for me, because I was once working on a control panel on a site. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, and then came a cloud and stood over me while I was working, hailed on me. Yeah, nightmare. Anyway, right, so I've got it sort of held, and I can move the thing, and hopefully it's not going to pull too much, because it's going to cut it before it needs to pull it. I'm going to tighten it a little bit with my Allen key just to give it a bit of pressure. Sometimes tightening it too tight starts to warp the material. So you don't really want that sometimes, but I'll give it a little bit. The main thing is you don't go through to your aluminium CNC. Just go through your spoil board only. See, that's what you want. You can go through your spoil board, but don't go through into your bed. If you go down into your bed, you'll end up with, it'll look a right mess after a while. With look like a bit of Swiss Edam cheese or whatever, which Swiss cheese, yeah, full of holes in it. Okay, that's going to be about it for that. Alright, if I'm still streaming, it'll be a miracle after knocking all these power leads around. Anyway, right, I'm about ready to. What I shall do now. You can't see this bit. Shame you can't see this bit. Anyway, right, you can see the milling. That's the main thing. Right, I need to reference. I've got 600 mil. I need 2 lots of 250. That's 500 mil. So I've got 50 mil at either side to play with, sort of. So I need to bring this. I need to bring the bit. Let's just go up a bit. Alright, so I'm going right to the edge. I've allowed 5 mil on my design. I need to come right over about there, so it'll give me 5 mil. It'll start milling. I don't go any further over, so now I want to go to the edge about there. I'm putting my bit, centre of my bit, on the edge of the material. Right, I'm just going to feel that there now, and I'm going to send my Y all the way across, all the way back now. Because what I'm trying to do is see if I'm lined up at the back. The last thing you want to do is start milling, and you start milling off the end of the plastic, which that is doing a little bit. Okay, it is sort of doing a little bit. So I've got a bit of play. So I'll leave it there. That's fine. I've just brought it over a tiny bit. Right, I'm gonna go back. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say that's my absolute minimum there. I'm gonna X and Y it there. 0 the X and Y on the soft limits. Right. Okay. My Z now. I wanna do my Z in the middle. So I'm gonna come back. It's gonna be 250, half of 250, 240, so it's 120. So I'll come back 120, 125. Right. That should be centre where that is now. I'm going to bring it over 125. Alright, I'm 100 roughly, and I'm going to drop it down. Now, I just want to touch the material, and I want to get a piece of. I can't find it. What have I done with that? Piece of paper. And I don't want to be able to put that in. I want to go slightly lower than I think I want to go. Let me just go up a tiny bit. Alright, so that's that. I'll lower it slowly. I'm just inching it. Very tiny bit. Right. That's about it, I think. That's a little bit too slack. That's a little bit too tight. A little bit too tight. A little too tight. Right, I'm going to do it. Hang on, it's too tight still. Let's start a new fresh bit. Too tight. Yeah, that's going to be it. About there. Right, I'm going to do it there. So I'm going to reference the Z there. Okay, I can still spin my paper, it's just dragging. See that? It's just dragging. Okay, so I'll get that out of the way. Right, I'm going to go up. I'm going to reference it, go to Z. Right, so this is my XY 0 position. My X, Y and Z on my soft limits are all zeroed out. Okay. So we're going to have a go at that, I think. Yeah. Right, it's time to start the spindle up. Yeah, time to start the spindle up. So, I'll tell you what, let's load some G-code first. Load the G-code, and we want to come out of that, back into that. Right, so we're going to load that one. Regenerate the toolpath. Okay, here goes nothing then. Right, everyone ready? Let's plug in the spindle inverter supply. It takes a few seconds to pipe up. There it is. Okay, I might have to pulse the vacuum on and off just to get rid of some material. Sorry you can't see the screen very good. Tell you what, let me, before we start, is there any chance I can, just going to try and adjust, I'm just going to try and adjust the picture quality a bit, the colour, the brightness. Configure the video. Right, let me see if I can bring the brightness up, because my other camera's quite bright. Right, so the brightness, that's not doing it, is it? Camera control, right, contrast, saturation, no, hue, no, okay, contrast, brightness, too much brightness. That's a little better, isn't it? A little bit better. Okay. Yeah, it's a little better. Yeah, so you got a little bit better brightness here. Yeah. Okay. Right, so we are in fact ready to go. Let's turn the spindle on. So we see what a disaster this is going to turn out to be. Right, let's go for it. Regenerate toolpath. We're already set. Here we go then. Let's see what happens. Ready? Cycle start. So, yeah. I'll get ready on the stop button. Now this is drilling the 4mm hole for the thread. Supposed to be. It's gone through. Should start. Hopefully it won't go all the way through to my bed. No. Right, it's going to do the registry holes now. Righty, okie dokie. Right, that turned out okay. I'll do these holes and I'll get rid of the dust after. I can smell something burning. Oh, it's the wood. Could set on fire in this dry weather we've got here. I normally move my hand out the way now for this. The bits of plastic are dropping on my hand, it's quite hot. Alright, one more hole. For these small bits I don't really need to get the vacuum out. Alright, stage 1 is complete. Stage 1 complete, so tell you what we'll do, I'll just try a bolt. I'll tell you what, we'll move the gantry. Move the gantry back. Okay, that's out of the way. I'll get the vacuum out, we'll just vacuum. I'll turn the spindle off a minute. Alright, spindle's off. Let's just get the vacuum out. Okay. Sorry about this, but it's got to be done. Okay, right, it's looking okay. I tell you what, the proof is in the pudding, or the test. Let's pop a fixing in one of the holes. It drops in. It drops in. So let's see how far it goes in. It goes in that far, which is 3mm into the spoil board. So that's the fixing there. Yeah. So I've got my 4 fixings. I won't put them in yet. So we are ready to mill out. We're ready to mill out the second stage. Let's load up the G code for the second stage. Number 2, upper base. Okay. Now this is the one that's going to take a while. Right, I'm going to send the drill bit, or the milling head spindle, back to Z, back to 0. So off it goes, back to the start position again, and hopefully, if everything's gone to plan, this will carry on milling exactly in the right positions. If everything's gone to plan. It just certainly looks like it has. If not, I'll need to go and find more plastic from somewhere. It's not the end of the world, but right, I'm gonna go for it. Ready? Spindle on again. Now this is going to take a while. This one. I think it used to tell me how long was going to be left, but I'm not sure. Or was it how long it ran for? Right, I'll regenerate the tool path again. Okay. Right, here goes nothing. Here goes nothing. We're going to go for it. Alright, I will have to keep going at it with a vacuum to empty out the pockets once it starts doing the pockets. Right, here we go. Starting. Ready? Nothing else to do. Let's hope I don't set fire to anything with the heat. Right, it's doing its own position. I'll get ready on the vacuum. I'll have to do intermittent vacuuming. Alright, it's doing the ball bearing and spring holes. It is moving a bit. The gantry's sort of moving a little bit, but it's not that critical. It's these plunge holes, they're a little bit fast. Right, what's it doing next? Pockets now. Right, it's doing the first pocket. Yeah. So make sure it's doing 1.2 mil a pass. This could take a while, as you can see. Really, my camera should be over that way, really, so never mind. Oh, we've just got to let it get on with it, really, now, you know. Could it keep hoovering it up, but it's just going to go everywhere anyway. Yeah, I don't know if I want to get the hoover out every few minutes. It's done the first part of the pocket. It looks a lot smaller than what it does in real life on the drawing. Oh well. Yeah, I can smell the plastic. It's a weird oily plastic. This is. I suppose I should have got a fire extinguisher ready. I suppose. I'm getting splattered with plastic. Yeah, getting a bit splattered with plastic. A little bit of tidying up after this, probably. Yeah. Alright, let's give it a blast on the vacuum. Okay. I don't know what stage it's doing at the minute. Still milling it down, I think, to the 10mm. Horrible smell. Yeah. Well, it certainly looks deeper than 10mm, put it that way. I'm hoping there's a bit of base left to it, otherwise we're going to have a hole in the bottom. It's just trimming it up now, just trimming it up. And it didn't look like it was. Yeah, it's just going around the edge now. That's good. If I've got a bit of material left, I've allowed 2mm over. If I've got 1.8, I'll be happy. If I've got 1mm, I'll be okay. If it's gone right through, then I'm not going to be a happy man, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, this could take a while. Elapsed time 4 minutes. No estimated time, why not? This could take a long time. If you're watching, you might want to pop back in a bit. Oh dear. Spindle's nice and cool, so we're okay. It's only plastic after all. Alright. It looks like the first pocket's nearly done. God, this could take a long time, couldn't it? Right, it's going ahead. Next pocket now. Right, I'm going to just hoover that pocket out. Okay, I'll have a sneak peek. Well, the good news is we've got some material left at the bottom. It's smelly. It's a bit smelly. Yeah, a bit smelly. I better go and put the extractor fan on, I think. Yeah, so it's done the first one okay. A few more to go. One down, 19 to go. I have slowed the feed rate right down. It's capable of milling this a lot faster than what it is, but I don't want to push it. You get more noise, and you know, can smell the plastic a bit. Yeah, it's horrible stuff. Yeah. It reminds me of back at school when we used to make stuff out of plastic in them days. So it's, I don't know what it is. It's oily stuff. Could be poisonous, couldn't it? Better not breathe it in. Right, I have to pulse the vacuum on again. So anyway, what I might do is I might have to end the stream. Because it's going to take a long time. I end the stream and then either just create a bit of a video, show you the outcome. You get the idea anyway. It's just going to be more of the same till I make this one. So what I might do is just finish it off there, and that's an hour and 17. We're just at that point. So we've started the milling process, so it's just a matter of time now. It's just about time now. Just keeping an eye on it and let it do its business. Okay, right then, I'm going to leave it there then, and we'll come back to it. I don't know whether I'll come back on live again. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll come back on live once I've got the finished piece. I'll record it. Instead of stream it, I'll record it, and then at least if there's any bits interesting or mistakes or hazards or anything like that, we'll be able to come over on a video with it. Okay, I'll leave it at that then. Thanks for watching, and I'll do the rest not live. I will record it anyway in case anything interesting happening. Okay, that'll be it for now. Dave from UPass signing off. I'll just let this carry on milling.